Hey, YouTube. Okay. What did I just do? Okay, finally got it. Good to see all of us. It's a beautiful Friday in the city of Dallas, Texas. Can you please let me know where you are listening or watching from? And while this is going on, can you please share with your friends? Let me also do that right away. Share with your friends. Welcome on board to our conversation today, which is infidelity, to stay or to leave. I want to share, what is going on now with people. So if you have anybody you want to share, today is a good time. I'm about to share. If you're here, please also just share it with your tribe, your friends, you know, whoever you can share it with. And thank you for joining. Thank you for joining to this conversation. Thank you for joining today's conversation. Good to see us. Please let me know where you're streaming from. Let me know what part of the world you are streaming from. Let me know what part of the world you are listening to today's conversation from. If you have friends, please let them know. Let them show up. I am also telling people to show up and also sending it to people. Let's have a very hot Friday. Hot Friday in the house. Infidelity, to stay or to leave. Infidelity, to stay or to leave. Hold up. Now I'm sharing this with the tribe. Infidelity, to stay or to leave. To stay or to leave. To stay or to leave. So I have sent it to the first set of people on my WhatsApp list. Let me send it to the second. We just want it to be hot and get as many people as possible to be here. So infidelity, to stay or to leave. Yeah, now that we are good to go, just give me another second. I am just sharing this. That's what I'm doing. So if you're listening now, please share with your friends. Please share with your friends. Tell them to join. Let's have a solid Friday night. Friday night. Let's enjoy ourselves. Infidelity, to stay or to leave. To stay or to leave. To stay or to leave. Thank you for showing up. There's a solid man in the house, Pastor Akin Boboye. Yes, let me even try and tell my Instagram crew members. Instagram guys have a way of falling and showing in, and falling in. So let me tell them right about now that we are going live. Let me see. I'm trying to get the perfect angle. Okay, so let me just tell them so that they fall in and everybody's going to be excited. And we are going to start the conversation. Good to see all of you Instagrammers. Good to see Instagrammers and YouTubers. The conversation is going to start very soon. We are talking about infidelity, to stay or to leave. Infidelity, to stay or to leave. Infidelity, to stay or to leave. Instagrammers, good to see you. I just thought to tell you that I am having a YouTube live stream going on right now on YouTube at Emotions Doctor, and we're talking about infidelity, to stay or to leave, to stay or to leave, infidelity, to stay or to leave. The handle is at Emotions Doctor. The handle is at Emotions Doctor. So if you want to join, today is a good time to join. Infidelity, to stay or to leave is happening on YouTube now. Infidelity, to stay or to leave is happening on YouTube now. You can join if interested. We are discussing infidelity. Infidelity on YouTube now. The handle is at Emotions Doctor. If you want to join, please go ahead and join. See you on YouTube. Instagrammers, see you on YouTube. See you on YouTube. We're discussing infidelity, to stay or to leave. See you on YouTube at Emotions Doctor. That is the handle. So now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, good to see all of us. Thank you so much, Olumide, for showing up. Thank you, Pastor A, for showing up. We're discussing infidelity, to stay or to leave. I have a guest in the house. We're supposed to have two, but the gentleman has an errand he needs to run with his wife. And as you know, We appreciate marriages and relationships, where I am from. We appreciate marriages and we appreciate relationships. So anytime somebody says, I got to do something for my spouse, they will do that. So I have a guest in the house. I have known her for a while. And she also has a book on emotional intelligence that she's going to talk about later on. But we want to talk about infidelity, adultery, cheating, everything tied to it. Some people choose to stay, some people choose to leave. If somebody decides to stay, what attitude or what should they look out for, pay attention to? If somebody decides to leave, what are the things also that they should pay attention to? Some choose to stay, some choose to leave. But I want to ask all of us a question. So if you are listening to me today, what are your thoughts about infidelity? Will you stay or will you leave? Please talk to me in the chat room. Will you stay or will you leave? My guest also is a domestic violence survivor. She's very active in the community for domestic violence survivors, for people who have experienced divorces, and is a mother and has solid and beautiful children. So she'll be sharing her thoughts. We'll be talking together. Infidelity, to stay or to leave. What are your thoughts about infidelity? What do you think? Please also like this video so that as many people as possible can see it and it can reach them. And if you have friends who should be here, some women keep saying, oh, my husband is cheating, my partner is cheating. Men say that too. I can never forgive. I can forgive whatever that is. The question is infidelity, to stay or to leave. So my guest is Christy Dokubo. She is known as an emotional intelligence specialist. She has a book. She's a mother. She's solid, and I'll be adding her to the stage right now to share her. She's streaming in from Nigeria. When Nigerians show up, you will know. Because you will just see the battle between light and darkness. I don't know how Nigerians do it, but they are trying, and I'm just I'm just encouraging them. There's a permanent battle between light and darkness in Nigeria. There's a permanent battle. So, Madam Christy, welcome on board. Welcome on board. Good to see you. If you have
Thank you. Thank you very much.
let them be here. Good to see you, Mama. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I am so glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank
The
you for
privilege
honoring
and thank you for
this
granted.
conversation. Thank you so much. I want us to talk about infidelity. Now, infidelity from the male and female perspective. If anybody's wondering what infidelity is, pretty simple, get to the chase. Infidelity is when you are sharing what you said will belong to one person with other people. So if you say you are going to be monogamous, what you are indirectly saying is that you are going to be faithful and loyal to one person. But the moment you say you are committed to someone, you are going to be loyal and faithful, but you are now splitting sexual favors, you are splitting emotional favors, and you are sharing what belongs to one person with multiple people or with two people. That is cheating. So, cheating is not about penetration, cheating is emotional, cheating is financial. Cheating is when you're hiding something, when you have something that feels and looks like a secret, when you cannot share your phone with your partner without trying to be defensive, and you're fighting and you're proving point. Because when we say something is a partnership, it means that there should be purity of heart, there should be honesty, there should be transparency. And if your partner has to be fighting to know what is happening to you part time, you are picking calls in the bathroom, in the toilet, and you are not planning surprises. It's not Valentine, it's not holiday, it's not wedding anniversary, but you are hiding things, you are speaking in syllables, you are using code words. Something is going on, something is going on. Christy, what's your experience with cheating? What I mean is, I know that you talk to so many women. What do you think about infidelity and cheating? Should people leave or should they stay?
For me, I think it's something that is difficult to stay when
Mm,
you find out that your partner is cheating, is like a betrayal of trust.
mm-hmm,
And from the experience I have had from listening to a lot of women and men,
mm-hmm,
something that it breaks the individual. Kind
mm,
of, that trust is broken. They feel shattered. they feel inadequate. Like,
Mhm.
am I not enough that
Mhm.
you have to go to somebody else?
Mm.
Am I not giving you everything that you require? So
Mm.
it's something that is difficult to get past.
Mhm.
Difficult to get past. Some people will say they forgive him, but that
Mm.
forgiveness is really hard.
Mhm.
Except by the special grace of God, as you have to be intentional to really want to forgive. It's not something you just say, "Oh, forgiving you," and move on.
Mhm.
That resentment might come up. Distrust. You
Mm.
begin to have trust issues, even if the person has apologized. But tomorrow, when he or she begins to like do some things, you begin to ask questions. Am I sure he's not going back to it or she's not going back to it? So
Mm.
it's a lot because
Mm.
you begin to second guess yourself. It reduces your self worth, your confidence.
Mhm.
You now begin to have trust issues. You're having doubts. It
Mhm.
just makes your mind go through a lot of questions and a lot of up and down, which
Mm.
is always difficult to handle. And it's not just something you can just get back just like that if it
Mm.
happens. It's not.
Thank you. Have you ever met someone who said, my partner or husband was cheating on me, or maybe my wife was cheating on me, but I forgave and chose to stay?
Yes, I have.
Okay. How did they say that they swung that? What did they say they did?
Well, I've had instances whereby they said, well, it has happened. I just ignore. I don't bother to find out what's happening again.
Mhm.
Focus on business, focus on my children, focus on my job. I
Mm.
do what makes me happy. I don't think about whether where he is,
Mhm.
when he's coming back, when he's going to, who he's with. I don't think about it. I've heard
Mm.
instances like that. And I've heard instances that I've forgiven him, no problem, but I
Mhm.
will do my own back too,
Mm.
so that we can be even.
Mhm.
So I've heard people like that. And of course, that's definitely not forgiveness, but
Mm.
I think that's just their own way of trying to get over the pain and the heartache.
Mhm. Cool. If there's anybody listening to us now, can you please talk to us in the chat room? What do you think about infidelity? Are you going to leave or stay? Are you going to leave or stay? Are you going to leave or stay? Please just talk to us in the chat room. I'm looking at it. And please remember to like and share. Infidelity, are you going to leave or are you going to stay? I'm still going to talk. We're still going to have the conversation, but we want to also know what you're thinking about infidelity. How far is too far for you? Can you forgive your partner? It's okay if you choose not to forgive, but are you going to leave or are you going to stay? Are you going to stay or are you going to leave? Are you going to stay or are you going to leave? Are you going to stay or are you going to leave? Talk to us, talk to us, talk to us. Esther says she's going to leave. I got you. I got you. Esther says she's leaving. I get you. I understand. Talk to us. Thank you so much, Olumide, for showing up. Bidemi, Opeyemi, Pastor A. Tola says he or she is leaving. Talk to us. Are you leaving or are you staying? Everybody, please talk to us. Thank you for showing up. Are you leaving or are you staying? We're talking about infidelity, to stay or to leave. And we're looking at what makes people stay, what makes people leave. The truth is, a lot of people are going to say they are going to leave, and whatever they decide, to do is their preference. So it depends on the situation and if the partner wants to work on it. Good. If you're also listening to us and you have experienced infidelity one way or the other and you forgave or you left, please let us know if you are willing to share. Please let us know if you are willing to share. Good to have all of us. Good to have all of us. So Christy is a domestic violence survivor. Do you want to talk to us about that, please? Like, what was going on with you? I know that you shared about domestic violence. At what point, because we did a documentary also together, emotional intelligence documentary and stuff, at what point did you know that, you know what, if I do not leave this marriage, they will bury me? At what point did you know, Christy, that if you did not leave, it was going to end in rest in peace?
This was like maybe like 10 or 11 years after the marriage. And
Hmm.
I had tried everything and it wasn't working.
Mm.
Like when the first time it happened, you go to, I went to church, asked for
Mhm.
advice, my pastor, minister, say, do it like this, do like that, pray, don't answer back. I tried everything that there was to
Mhm.
try,
Mhm.
and there wasn't a solution.
Mm.
So I knew that if I continued to stay, and then I was hearing stories about, his spouse during domestic violence,
Mhm.
one killed the other.
Mm.
And I think that this could have been me.
Mm.
I said, why am I still waiting until I'm going to be in the news as, all
Mm.
right,
Mhm.
no, I don't do this. And then even emotionally,
Mhm.
I was dying.
Mm.
I was a shadow of myself. I was just existing. I wasn't living. So I
Mhm.
just knew that it's not how life should be. It's
Mhm.
not what God has called me to become.
Mhm.
So I started asking questions. I just felt a sudden dissatisfaction,
Mhm.
and I knew that I couldn't continue like this.
Mm.
And that was when I decided that I was going to leave, and I began to plan my escape.
Mm.
Yes, but this
So
was like about after 10 years or so.
mm, how has it been after leaving the marriage and saying, you know what, I'm not experiencing domestic violence anymore. I'm saying no to this thing and I need to leave. What's the difference between how your life used to be and what your life is now?
Okay, like right now, I am not living in fear because
Mm.
I was living in fear. I was always afraid because I wasn't sure what would cause the next chaos,
Mm-hmm.
next, rancor. I'm not living in fear.
Mm.
My self confidence has gone up. My
Mm-hmm.
self worth has gone up because I felt I didn't have confidence. My self esteem was on a zero.
Mm.
I felt I wasn't worthy. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't loved. But
Mm-hmm.
since I left, I found out that, hey, I'm loved. I have people that love me. My
Mm.
self confidence has gone up. I'm not, and because the physical abuse came with a lot of verbal. So
Mm.
things like you're not good enough, this, that, you can't get anything right. And
Mm-hmm.
I see and I do things, and people are like, you're so intelligent, you're so smart. And I'm like, really?
Mm.
Interesting. I
Mm-hmm.
was told I wasn't good enough. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
get anything right. I was
Mm-hmm.
hearing that for a long period of time. And here
Mm-hmm.
am I. I'm able to do things. I came for my emotional intelligence certification. I
Mm.
finished it. I talked to people about it.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a book. So I'm like, the sky is, my starting point right now. I have a lot more that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm confident that I can do it. Unlike before when I always felt I can't do it. I'm not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be able to accomplish this. I was always afraid. Most times I was living in fear. That
Mm.
was just the thing that I was living with. There was so much fear in me.
Mm, thank you so much. So there are two questions before we let you go today, and then I do an in-depth teaching about this infidelity to stay or to leave for people. It will be if there's anyone watching us now who is experiencing infidelity in his or her marriage, because men also experience it, what do you think they should be thinking about or doing? Yes, if they're experiencing infidelity, because there are people here who say that, oh, that I'm going through it right now, episode of emotional affairs at the moment. But every time I think about it, I'm broken. I'm truly confused whether to stay or leave. And then another person says, I will stay if there's no other form of abuse and if there's any no repetition. So if there's somebody watching us now, what would you say to them if they're experiencing infidelity in their relationship?
Okay, for me, I experienced some form of infidelity. I
Mm-hmm.
experienced it as domestic violence, and I stayed. But looking back now, I'm glad I didn't leave because of infidelity. I left because of domestic violence. But I'm glad that I left
Mm-hmm.
because one thing about infidelity, except the person is ready for an intervention, you
Mm-hmm.
have to go to therapy. Like professional, not just going to meet somebody, pray for me. I'm not against praying, I'm a
Mm,
Christian, I believe. You need a
mhm,
professional to help you through to get to the root of why infidelity is happening.
mhm,
Except that intervention happens,
mm,
I do not think you will be happy in that marriage.
mhm,
There'll be a lot of resentment, there'll be a lot of anxiety, there'll be a
mm,
lot of trust issues. You will be second guessing yourself per time. You will
mm,
not trust your spouse. You will be, walking on eggshells. You can't be fully happy. You can't, and
mhm,
even as Christians, I know
mm,
everybody here is not Christian. What does the Bible even say about infidelity? So it's
mhm,
not something that I feel you should just slide through like that. You
mhm,
can't. There must be an intervention if
mm,
you want to. I will not
mhm,
say stay or leave. It's a personal decision you have to take.
mhm,
But there has to be an intervention. There
mm.
has to be.
Thank you so much. If people want to reach out to you and then get a copy of your book, where can they find you?
Okay, you can find me on I'm on YouTube,
Oh,
Christine Ngowari Dokubo. I'm on
mm.
Instagram also, Chris_Dokubo. That's my Instagram handle. I'm on Facebook, Christy Dokubo. So you can reach me on any of those handles. My book, the soft copy is on seller.
Okay,
Then
what's
I
the
have
title of the book, please?
hard copies too. So you can get the soft copy on seller.
What's the title of the book, please?
The title of the book is Emotional Intelligence as Simple as ABC.
Good.
It's just a book on emotional intelligence. I used the alphabet A to Z to talk about emotional intelligence to give people a better understanding of what it is about. Because
Mm,
I discovered the importance of emotional intelligence, how you need it in life to be able to excel. It
mm,
was what saved me after I came out of the marriage. I was torn, I was broken, I needed to move forward. And going for the certification class gave me healing and gave me a direction. And I
mm,
have been that gospel since that for you
mm,
to thrive, for you to excel, you need to be emotionally intelligent. So I just did this book just to like an introduction on what emotional intelligence is about to let people know that it's something you need to have in your life to move forward.
mm. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. So, if you want a copy of Christy Dokubo's book, Emotional Intelligence as Simple as ABC, you can get it on Seller, Selar. So, if you are still here, please be here. We'll be rounding off in 10 minutes, but I want to talk to every one of us listening to me about infidelity. If you're experiencing it, what I will suggest that you pay attention to if you choose to leave or stay. Christy, do have a restful weekend. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you so much for joining. I have seen everything in the comment section, like somebody saying, I'm conflicted because of marital vows and I'm experiencing infidelity at the moment because of marital vows. Marital vows says, till death do us part. The interesting thing about marital vows is people usually pay attention to physical death. So when you see something like till death do us part, people think that, oh, it's only physical death, that, oh, until you die, like until they bury you, you have not died and stuff like that. But it's not true. There's something also called emotional death. And that is part of the death you are supposed to pay attention to. Till emotional death do you part. You are not waiting for physical death, because the physical death is the manifestation of the emotional death. People die daily. People are dying in parts. So if you're waiting till you quench, that's the end result. Physical death is the end result of the emotional pain and so many other things. And the Bible is not just talking about physical death, it is talking about death in every area of your life, till death. So the areas of your life, mental death, financial death, everything there, you are not waiting to perish before you live somewhere. And if you choose to leave, the truth is some people say that they can forgive, which is fine if you choose to forgive. But while you're there, we're also paying attention to, did you forgive, or you suppressed, or you are living in denial, or you are pretending you are not hurt, or you suppressed it, kept it somewhere, and then you bring it out as a weapon and fashion it against your partner. We also need to pay attention to that. So if you're going to forgive, it's okay as long as you're working on with a therapist to go through the stages of forgiveness. If you're also going to leave, it's okay. It's your right to leave, because infidelity makes you feel you are not good enough. Infidelity makes you feel that you are not good enough. It makes you feel like you are not worthy, or someone chose somebody else above you, or you are so bad somebody couldn't even stay with you, they had to mess you up, and so many other things. And instead of running mad and blaming yourself for what a full-blown adult did, it is advisable to leave. And you are leaving first of all for separation. So what you're doing first of all is separating yourself so that you can be sane and you can think. And then during the separation, you can then find out if the person is interested in working the relationship out. And if anybody says they're interested in working the relationship out, what that means is, number one, they are interested in going through therapy. Number two is they are also giving their word that it won't repeat itself. It is witchcraft and manipulation for you to forgive someone and they keep going back to it. When somebody says that they want you to forgive them, they must promise you that it won't repeat itself again. But if they are repeating it, then they haven't taken responsibility and you will be broken. And nobody's going to come back into this world. Trust me, you are not going to hell because you had a divorce. There are other things God is concerned about. The only set of people going to hell are people who do not believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. Yes, and God does not hate divorcees. God hates divorce. One is an action, the other is a person. So if you want to forgive, it is fine. But while you are there, remember that you cannot control them. Some people will expose you to STDs. Some people will actually even have children outside of wedlock. They will do so many things you have no control over. So if you want to stay, put all of that into consideration. Think about it. Think about all of that if you want to stay. And if you are leaving, also thinking about how to leave and what you will be doing during separation. Some may be fully repentant, they may take full responsibility, and they may change. And if they are going to be people like that, then why not, if you choose to give them another chance? But never stay with an unrepentant partner. Never stay with an unrepentant partner. An unrepentant partner is someone who will not take responsibility, who will not take accountability, someone who will not change their ways. They will break you, they will destroy you, they will reduce your self-esteem and self-worth. You have one life to live. You do not have any second coming. You are not coming back to this world to remarry or do anything again. And if you mess up this one life, it is what it is. And if anything happens to you, they are going to be married and they are going to keep enjoying their lives while you are going to die and may not rest in peace. I just thought that I should let you know. So, are you going to stay or you are going to leave? If it's a deal breaker for you, it's understandable. I respect that. Separate. Try and find out if they are fully repentant, if they are taking full responsibility, and if they are saying, you know what, I am so sorry that all of this went on. I want this marriage. I want to fight for it. And they are committed to it. Don't follow what people say. Follow what they do. Love is not in saying, love is in doing. If you love me, show me. For God so loved the world that he gave, he did something, he showed us his love. God wasn't just talking about love. Talking about love is podcast too. Anybody who just talks about love, I love you, and nothing is going on, that's podcast. Do you understand? God did not just tell us about his love. He sent his son to die for us. Love comes with sacrifice, but you are not the sacrifice. Jesus has already died. You are not a living sacrifice for a man. You are a living sacrifice for God. So if you are going to stay, understand what you're staying for. STDs may be part of the package. It may be part of the Valentine gifts. Children outside of wedlock may be there. Society will talk whether you leave or stay. What will people say? People don't really care about you that much. I need to tell you that truth. People are bothered and saddled with their lives. They are not thinking about you that much. You are the one thinking about yourself. Nobody cares that much. Do you understand? Emotional abuse will leave you with so much trauma that you'll be hallucinating. You'll be thinking about different things. Like your trust level will be so low, like it's crazy. So please do not stay except the human is fully repentant and you trust that they will not do it again. You trust that they will not do it again. But if you know that you don't trust that they won't do it again, you will still be sniffing their phones, their emails, sending private investigators after them, and so many other things. It is just good that you live. You are living for your sanity. You are living for your brain. You are living for everything. And if you need more clarification, you can book a session with me at ED. Just check my, what are you going to check again? Just check my Instagram page or my Twitter page. There's always a booking link. It's paid for, it's not free. So don't, now say, oh, I was surprised I'm supposed to pay. Yeah, that's my job. I get paid to do my job. So if you need more on that, we can talk about it. Pastor A says, follow your mind, not what people will say. I'm telling you, because you are the one who would be depressed. You are the one who would have anxiety. You are the one who will not be able to sleep. You will not be able to eat. If you are eating, it may be emotional eating. You are the one who will go through stuff. Never stay with an unfaithful partner except they take full responsibility and are committed to changing and are working with a family life therapist and they are saying this will not repeat itself again. If you don't trust them and if they are not working towards that full repentance and behavioral change, leave. Leave. There's nothing about, I want to die here. We don't need you. Whether you die or not, God is faithful. Do you understand? Whether you live or not, God is faithful. And you are not going to hell because of a divorce. So enough of, oh, the Bible says till death do us part. It is not about physical death. Emotional death is part of death. Nobody cares about you. People are relocating. So it's not even about what people will say. People don't care about you that much. Restart your life when you have the time. Not after an STD like HIV and some viruses that you are going to live with for the rest of your life. Are we on the same page? So that's what it is. If you need to talk to me, please book a session. You can send me a DM on Instagram at Emotions Doctor, and then I will send you the booking link. Once you pay, I will be there with you. Till I see you again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for making this interesting. Thank you for talking to me. Thank you, Christy, for showing up. Thank you, everybody. Singles, we're going to have a conversation pretty soon. Singles. I prefer to call you incoming wives and husband, actually. What do you think about that? Incoming wives and husbands. What do you think about that word? Incoming wives and husbands. What do you think about that word? Singles, incoming wives and husbands. I'm going to see you very soon. We're going to have a good time, good conversation, and we are going to talk. See you next time. Thank you for paying attention and bye for now.